Hey guys, Sandy here, and I'm back for another Follow a Sketch February, and today I'm scrapbooking this photograph of my daughter while she is coloring. She's got all of her, well, not even all of them, but some of her markers out. I've pulled out some Brutus Monroe 6x6 papers, a sheet of black cardstock for my base, and I also have these colorful thickers from the Vicky Boutin line. This is the second time I purchased them, but I think they will be perfect. These pinks and purples will be perfect here. This is the sketch that I'm using. It is on my Pinterest Follow a Sketch February board. I will have the link to the board down below and also to the specific pin. Now I am changing it up. This is a landscape photo and I am going portrait. So let's see what I can do. Yay. Okay, so these papers are totally my jam. It is the Brutus Monroe Neon Glow collection. And what am I going to do with them? I am going to fussy cut them. So this sheet with the funky triangles really reminds me of my childhood. Let me just tell you that, for one thing. And then for another thing, I decided to fussy cut them out because I'm going to use them as kind of like the embellishments that are on the sketch. So I'm really liking the Brutus Monroe 6x6 papers. They are a perfect scale for fussy cutting. And I have another idea with the same sheet of paper to do something with it. So I will be doing that shortly. It just didn't happen on this layout. I don't know if I'm going to try to find a sketch to kind of match the idea I have in my head. Or if I'm just going to do another layout and just throw an extra layout up, even though it is Follow a Sketch February. So who knows. But anyway, I decided to fussy cut a bunch of those shapes out. And then I'm just using some plain blue cardstock. It's a light blue, similar to the color that is in the light blue on this pattern paper. And fun fact, that light blue is actually a card base from a Brutus Monroe subscription box. But like I have said multiple times, I do subscribe to 2 card kits. Yes, 2 card kits. I subscribe to Brutus Monroe and I also subscribe to Love from Lizzie. And I don't use either one of them to make cards. I scrapbook with them. So that it is what it is. If I ever get the urge to make cards with them, I have plenty of stuff to do it with. It's just that it's just the way I work. So, you know, I think if I was a person who liked to make cards and keep a stockpile of them, that would be one thing, but I'm not. I like to make a card as I need it. I don't know why. I just don't like to stockpile them. Now that I've said it, watch, I'll be like, cards, I need all the cards. But no, hopefully not. So I'm cutting some banners into these papers, and as you can see, I put 2 cuts of that purple grid paper together to make one big long banner, and the join line is going to be covered up by everything. That is going to be layered on top, so you don't even have to worry about that. Now I did a little cheat here as well, and I'm just going to layer this banner up underneath of the vertical stripe. And I just, looking at this, realized I put the stripe on upside down. My stripes are not going the same way. Oh my word, I just noticed that. I even took the layout outside where it was nice and bright and took pictures of it and everything else, and I'm just noticing that. Okay, I think though there's enough stuff over top of it that it's not going to drive me crazy because I really don't want to take apart the layout. Okay, we're just going to go. Now, that is one of those little Amy Tangerine poofy ball things that I like to take apart and turn into fridge. It did not actually make it onto the layout. It's just still sitting off to the side. And you guys, holy moly, this workspace, this workroom area of mine is atrocious. Like bad. I need to get on this. Like, I'm sitting in it and I'm like, okay, well, that's a little messy. That's a little, oh, yeah, it just keeps getting worse and worse. So, anyway, I pulled out these stickers and I am pulling out the colorful. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I was watching TV with my daughter in the room. So, literally, I was scrapbooking this photo of her coloring at the table across from me, and she was literally coloring while I was scrapbooking this photo of her coloring. It was like coloring Inception almost. So that is going on. And I am starting to figure out where exactly I want these little fussy cut pieces to go. It's really feeling kind of like the late 80s, early 90s vibe for me right now, and I'm totally cool with that. And then I decided to go ahead and cut out New Day and just turn it into Day. And that is because I have 2 New Days, because that is the second time I purchased that pack of thickers because I liked it so much. And now I'm just trying to figure out how and where these little pieces that I have cut apart off of that sheet are going to live. I'm trying to figure that out, and eventually I do. Eventually I do figure it out. I'm going to use those foam squares that I got from my friend Amber, and going to pop up the little guys just a little bit. Now, if I would have thought about this a little bit more, I might have done like some little glitter halo things around it. But then I don't know if that would have been too much. I'm really happy with this layout, but as I'm watching myself scrapbooking it, I'm like, ooh, why didn't you try that? But that's a good thing. I've got more of this paper, so I can try again. It's all good. So we're going to go ahead and pop up this bit as well, just to give it some dimension. You know, I do like my scrapbook pages to be varied. I don't want them all to look the same. I don't want them all to have the same color scheme. I want like different techniques, different manufacturers, different products in my scrapbooks. That's what truly makes me happy. So this will look nothing like the next page in the scrapbook. There might be something soft, floral, and pretty. Who knows? But this layout really makes me happy. It's just awesome. So I've got these little pieces, and I'm get the bright idea. Oh, you can actually cut some off of there. So I cut some off of there, getting them in, nestling them around the letters, and I'm just really, just killed a mosquito. Just really, really happy with how it turned out. Now there is orange and yellow on colorful, so I do bring in a little bit of orange elsewhere on the page, so just so I have it in a couple different places. So I have it on the title. There's like plenty of color in the photo, and then I'm going to bring in little bits and pieces as well to just kind of make it a little bit more cohesive. And I do end up writing with a white pen. And I wish I had a different pen, like a neon pen, that would write on black cardstock, but I didn't. So I ended up with a white pen. But I think I added a couple of touches of white pen elsewhere just so that it would kind of like be one cohesive piece. Now these glitter enamel dots were perfect. So what I have done is put all of my glitter enamel dots on this one backer page. So it works out perfectly. I am building up the bottom a little bit down here because in my sketch it definitely has more shapes and more going on down here than just a couple little things. So I'm making sure that I build up enough down here. And plus I don't want the layout too top heavy. I want something on the bottom to balance it just a little bit. And can I just say, I'm staring at this photo of Paige Evans and I at Creativation. She had a Instax printer, and she was taking pictures of us with her. And it just looks like we're like the best friends. And I'm just keeping looking over there, and I keep smiling. So if you hear the smile in my voice, that's why. It's just there because I want to scrapbook with it, and I want it to do the layout. I actually have a sketch for it already, so it's just sitting there, and that's neither here or there. That's a completely different layout, but you know how it goes, guys. My mouth runs, and sometimes I can't control it, and sometimes it just runs before I think, and yeah, that's what it is. If you like to hear me run my mouth, I've started a little thing over on Instagram called Parking Lot Talk. In the afternoons, I get on and just ramble about something for a few minutes before I exit my car and go into work. It seems to be going pretty well. People seem to like it. At least I'm not getting any like hate messages from it, so I hope it's all good. Anyway, I have these little word phrases here, and these are from Prima. And I'm just picking out some phrases that I think are appropriate and that would work for the page. And I cut this one in half, and I decided to nestle it onto Colorful Day. It is not part of the title. It's not meant to be read with the title. It is literally just an embellishment by the title. So I have these brads, and these are Echo Park brads. And that one that I'm taking off of, I think it might be... maybe that one's a Disney one. I think that one might be a Disney one. And then I looked at my other brads, and they had the same color in them, so I pulled that off. So I have 5 brads total, and I'm just going to figure out where they go on the page. I'm just adding some texture, the same kind of color family, but I just need a little bit more interest on this page. I mean, who would have thought I needed more interest on this page? But it's because, I mean, it is bright and fun. Now, I have this super thin washi tape. It's silver and blue. I don't remember the brand of it, guys. I'm sorry. But I'm just adding a couple little bits of the washi tape around the page just to give it a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of shine. So that's going down there. And I made sure that the washi tape was next to something that was orangey, just to have it like in one cohesive place, and it wasn't just like randomly thrown on the page. So I decided to change the title from Colorful Day to Live a Colorful Day, and that might seem funky to you. You hear things like Live a Colorful Life and that kind of thing. But you know what? I felt like Live a Colorful Day worked. So that's what I went with. So I do not have the A yet, but don't you worry. I don't forget about the A. I do go into my letter stash and pick one out. And I do have to say, if that is all the letter stickers I am using is one letter per page, I'm never going to get through these letter stickers that I have, people. Never. Okay, so I'm pulling off some different colored hearts in the purplies and the pinks and the teal colors, everything that match the layout already, and just sprinkling them around the page because, like I said, I want to add depth and interest. So these are little pink fresh letters, and I got the letter A. The little inside of it was being a bear to get out, so I just used my little poker tool. And I am going to lay down all of this with some Nouveau Deluxe. Is it Nouveau Deluxe? Yes, Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. So I am super proud to report that I have gone through an entire bottle of Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. An entire bottle, you guys. Like, wow. It almost lasted a year. So I got it last March, and I just threw it away this month. So almost a year. And I used it a lot. I felt like I really used it a lot. So it lasted, and it is also a liquid glue that has not only lasted a long time, but I actually finished a bottle. Usually the liquid glue hardens before I can finish a bottle because I stay away from liquid glue. It just doesn't. It just, But this one, totally love it. So as you can see, those brads are down on the page, and of course, I am going to bend the brad tines back, and then I'm going to washi tape over them. So one of the things that has to happen on my layouts is when I have stuff poking through the back of them, they have to be washi. Like they have to have something on there, like to protect it, because I don't want anything scraping the other side of a layout or anything like that. So I have washi tape that I keep in this cute little washi tape dispenser, and that is the washi tape that I use to tape things up, to mask things off, all that kind of stuff. It's not my good pretty washi tape, it's just the washi tape that I know I really won't use. So there it is. So here I am, I've pulled out my white pen, and I'm going to test on the back and kind of like make sure the white pen is flowing nicely. Because you know, when you don't use a pen after a while, sometimes it gets a little hard bit at the ball point, and you just got to make it happen. So nice little close-up of the hair clip that's pulling my hair out of my face. And then I'm just writing about how Lana and I really enjoy our art time together, and we call it arting. Like, we're like, are we going to art today? Where she colors and blends and all that kind of good stuff, and I'm over here scrapbooking and art journaling and just having ourselves a grand old time. And then I decided, whoa, this is kind of a stark white. I actually wished my journaling wasn't so wide. I wish I would have made it more vertical instead of horizontal, but it is what it is. And I'm just going to take my white pen and just do some messy scribble lines on the outside. And every time I'm pausing, I think I'm watching TV because we were watching a show. So then I decided to just add a couple more lines around the page, just to, you know, give it a little bit more fun, and I think that does it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for checking out this series that I've got going on this month. I'd love it if you played along. Use the hashtag #FollowSketchFeb20, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for another video.